All right, welcome to the live stream for today. It is Wednesday, so happy hump day to everybody. It's Wednesday. As you can see, I've got a few more things up on the shelves today, so everything's coming together as far as this little mock studio goes. I did forget to turn on the heat, and it was 20 degrees this morning, and so it's a little chilly out here in the studio. But I'm so happy that you're joining. As always, comment replay if you're getting to watch this on the replay, and shout out to me if you're watching this live. I would love to know that you got to see this. And so, without further ado, today is going to be all about equipment. Should be a pretty short video because most of you guys already know kind of what equipment to have and what not to have during meet season and for meets. But I wanted to send a couple of reminders for the easy things, and then some of the things that you may not have thought of I want to add in today. So relatively short video, but I hope you enjoyed. I hope you get some value out of it. And without further ado, let's get on with it. So gearing up for season, equipment, the obvious stuff. Obviously, we need a bag and we need a uniform to take to the meet. For our guys, we need some extra socks because I can't tell you how many times that I got to a meet and I thought that I had both socks and I only had one and had to make something happen. So let's make sure that that you have an extra pair of socks and make sure that you've got your bag and your uniform. That's the obvious stuff. Okay, now not so obvious. Any warm-up or active recovery tools that you need. What that means is in the gym, if you guys do 2 minutes of foam rolling as your warm-up, as part of your warm-up, then let's make sure that you have a foam roller with you at the meet. You want the meet to feel as much like practice as possible, so that way your gymnast is as comfortable at the meet as possible. Just like you want every once in a while to make practice feel like a competition, to get that kind of those nerves and that excitement ready to go, you want to also make the competition feel like practice. So any warm-up or active recovery tools, if you don't have any idea what active recovery is, I would invite you to either comment and let me know that you need to know more about active recovery, because I can tag you in a video that I did a little while ago about active recovery, or just go up into the search box, type in active recovery. Either way, I want you to watch that video because you need to know more about that and how to use it and how it can benefit your gymnasts. So the not so obvious stuff, any warm-up tools like muscle rollers, foam rollers, anything along, bands, little weights, anything that you use in your day-to-day warm-up, let's make sure that they have that for the competition as well. And those active recovery tools like jump ropes, or if you can bring an assault bike to the meet, that'd be awesome, but I don't think that's going to happen. And then, let's see, next up on the list for the not so obvious would be grips. A lot of times people forget to have an extra pair of grips. Now, it does you no good if you have a brand spanking new pair of grips that have never been broken in as your backup pair. That doesn't work, because at a competition, if your grip rips, then all of a sudden you have a brand new set of grips that you don't feel comfortable doing bars or high bar rings with. So what I always did is I kept 2 pair of grips, and I would break in both pair at the same time, or I'd break in the backup pair at least if I already had a good pair going. I would break in the backup pair, and then I would just set them aside. I wouldn't continue to use them. I would just set them aside, and then I would rotate them in once my regular set wore out, and I'd get another set of backup grips. So with the backup grips, there's 2 ways to do it. That's the way that I enjoyed doing it, was by doing the second pair of backup grips, just kind of unused, set aside in my grip bag. That way, if I had a grip tear, a rip, or if the hole got stretched out and I couldn't fit my finger, or if my finger kept sliding in and out of it, whatever that is, whatever happened with the pair of grips that you normally use, if that messes up, I can just slide on my new pair and I can get up and get ready to go. And that goes with wristbands too. Get an extra pair of wristbands that are good to go, so that way you can be good just in case something happens. They get wet or they get whatever, you're good to go on an extra set of wristbands too. So grips, super important. The other way of doing it would be to alternate them. So you break in both pair and then you alternate days of wearing them. I don't like that so much because then you just have two half-used pairs of grips that are both equally likely to tear or rip on you. But at least you've got two pairs of grips, and that works too. But let's make sure that you've at least got one set broken in, set aside, just in case that happens. I can't tell you how many times I've seen, especially on the men's side of things, because we swing a little harder, I can't tell you how many times I've seen a grip just tear right in half, and then we had to do something about getting them a new pair of grips. So that's the advice on the grips. And then lastly, make travel feel like home. So if you guys are traveling to where it's going to be some sort of overnight competition, or you have to travel, stay in a hotel, compete the next day, or compete a couple days after you arrive there, then make your travel feel as much like home as possible. So make that hotel room feel as much, or Airbnb, whatever you guys choose to do, make that feel as much like home as possible. And so what that means is, if you have a specific blanket that your gymnast sleeps with every night, make sure they bring that blanket with them to the meet. If they have a diffuser in their room that diffuses essential oils, and they like to sleep with lavender filling the air, then make sure you bring that to the hotel room, so that way their hotel room smells like home. If they have a specific pillow that doesn't hurt their neck or that feels good, because for me, I like sleeping on a real thin pillow, and so when I get to a hotel room and they have these really nice plush pillows that are like 6 stories tall, and I'm sleeping like this because of the crazy amount of fluff in the pillow, that does me no good. I'd rather sleep with no pillow. So make sure they have a pillow that they like, make sure they have a blanket, make sure they have that diffuser, whatever it is. If they sleep with a night light on, whatever it is, make that hotel room feel as much like home as possible, so that way they get a good night's rest and they get to go to the competition feeling great. So that is all about equipment. Like I said, pretty short video today. I hope you enjoyed it. Go ahead and tag someone that needs to know this information. And like I said at the beginning of the video, especially if you made it this far, please comment something, an emoji. You can type something like that person did. I'm sorry, I can't read the name on this new program that I'm using. I'm going to try and figure out how to make that happen. But anyway, just type anything in the comment section. That way I know who gets to see this, because Facebook is messing up some stuff, it seems like. And then lastly, if you have anything to add, so if you have some equipment that you went, oh man, we couldn't live without this thing going to competitions, then I want to know what kind of equipment you take, and what types of things that you or your gymnast take to meets in order to make everything possible. I'm sure the girls have all kinds of hairspray and pins and glitter and all that jazz, but let me know what essential item you can't live without, or your gymnast can't live without going to a meet. You guys are awesome. Please invite people to the group, like the video, comment something, and I will catch you guys again this week, and we're going to finish up this Gearing Up for Season series where we're talking about, what's the last one? The last one is injury care. So we're going to have to be talking about injury care, how to approach injuries, and when to get them checked out, all that stuff. Okay? All right, you guys have a great day, a great hump day, and I will see you guys either tomorrow or Friday.